Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Upon request, my husband built me a DIY electric fireplace with Mantle. These are the before pictures before the fireplace was completed, and the next clip is going to be showing you the after pictures. This is the fireplace that's completed that my hubby did upon my request, and I'm so proud of him. And so this is the completed DIY fireplace, and I'm so pleased. Touchstone electric fireplace, the mantle, the seating area, the tiles. It's just has brought me so much joy so far. How about you?
Yeah, it's nice.
Has brought everyone a lot of joy.
So here I already measured, and I'm just cutting all the 2x6s for the frame. So for the framing, I use a mix of 2x6 and 2x4s, and that was determined by the depth that we needed the fireplace to be. And that you can get the specs for whatever manufacturer. We use Touchstone, and you have to get the specifications for what you need from them. So here, just making sure everything that I'm doing is cut precisely, because that's the most important thing. You want everything, the things that are supposed to be exactly the same should be exactly the same. Especially if it's something that you're doing for yourself, take the time and take the time to put care into it. And remember, this is something that you're going to have for the next 20-30 years potentially. So you can see me just cleaning out. So the tools that I'm using is the Craig's pocket hole jig. I prefer using the pocket hole jig. I'm still going to use wood glue, but with a pocket hole jig, it just enables you to have hidden hole, so the holes are not going to be visible, and a very strong connection with the wood. Even though I am going to be gluing it, and the glue on its own would be strong enough to hold everything together, I just think the pocket hole is a cool tool, and it enables you to easily just make your joints. Alright guys, so we've got the main frame attached to the wall. We put everything together with Craig screws, the Craig pocket hole system. Next we're going to be putting so this is just a little sitting space that we maybe not ever use, but we're going to put it there just because we're at this point in the project. So next we're going to be doing cross support beams and vertical supports, and then we're going to be getting ready to put the fireplace in for our first test, then sheetrock.
All right guys, so we've been making some progress with the DIY fireplace. Just giving you an overview, still working on it. So this right here, and excuse my nails, oh my gosh. That's because I colored my hair and then I took my gloves off to rinse it out, and yeah, that's what happened. I don't like to wear gloves. But it's not chemical, it's semi-permanent color. So right here is the support for the television. That's right there. Right there. And then so we're gonna put the mount up, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's making the holes to put the mount up. So below here is the support for the mantle. It goes all the way across. And then below here is the support from here down across for the fireplace itself. And right here is the seating area. So that is what you are looking at.
So I'm gonna put this up and then balance it with the level. Sorry. Big level.
Right, yep. So he just put up the TV wall mount and he's going to, like he said, make sure it's balanced.
Alright, so the TV mounts up, and there's a bunch of ways when they sell you these TV mounts, they give you mounting hardware. So the TV mounts up, I don't think you can get it any better than leveling it like this. So I mounted these 2x6s into the studs in the wall. Then I mounted more just to give me some more distance from the wall. And so they give you these drywall plastic anchors. I don't recommend doing this. If you can't get to the stud, just mount some wood that you can actually screw into. It's gonna give you a stronger support. Literally, I am 200 plus pounds, and as you can see, I couldn't break this if I wanted to. So this is definitely the right way to go about it. So it's ready, it's strong, it telescopes, it tilts, it does pretty much anything you can want it to do. So here I'm just prepping the floors because I'm going to be tracking in a bunch of dirt and potential dust. So I'm just protecting the floor and making sure I don't have extra work to do at the end, and you might spill something, like, because I'm going to be using concrete mix. Well, not concrete mix, I'm going to be using a mix for the to attach the tiles to the sheetrock, and that does have cement inside of it. So I'm just making sure if we have any spills or if we have any dirt that comes in, we don't have to worry about that too much. So I'm actually using mold resistant Durock, not sheetrock, and that tool I'm using to cut it, I believe it's called a backboard scoring tool. It's just a tool with a T-head and carbide blades. So now I'm using screws to attach the Durock to the framing, and that will give me a nice strong anchor point for the tiles. Durock's done. I did a dry run off my tiles just to get the measurements and know exactly how many tiles I was going to be needing for each row. So right here I'm using a tile saw. We rented it from Home Depot. You can call them up, tell them exactly what you're going to be cutting, and if they have a saw that works, you can use their saw, or you're going to have to buy one, I guess. Now I'm mixing up the mud. We used joint compound, I believe 45-minute joint compound is what we used, and here I'm just attaching some of the tiles, just getting my mud on, and then that's just a piece of 2x4 that I cut so I know it's perfectly flat, and I'm using that just to make sure all my tiles are level. And that is Maria helping also. She's actually pretty handy. She actually stepped up and did a whole lot more than I thought she would have done, or thought she was able to do. So she stepped up big time. And here I am staining the wood. This is going to be the bench top, and this is for the seating area. So I'm just staining it and putting a little bit of color, see how dark we need to get it, because you can always add more color, but to take it away is going to be a whole lot of work.
Alright guys, so it's the next day and we're still working on the fireplace. You step in the light right here. It's kind of dark tonight. It's around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the South Florida area. Yeah, so Jason is, well, he stained the top of the seating area. It looks really nice. I can see the wood texture in it, which is exactly what I wanted, and it's like really pretty. And so he stained a nice dark brown, and now he's putting the gloss on it. The stain took like around 15 minutes to dry. The gloss is going to take around 2 hours. I was eating some cookies. I hope the crumbs are not on my lips. If it's on my lips, just ignore it. Yeah, so I'm going to show you what he's doing. That's all right. Did you finish? Okay, so yeah, this is it with the gloss on it. Can you see this wood? Can you see this piece of wood? It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
This one here.
Yeah, it started out this way.
So this was the fun part. So for the mantle, in the corners of all the wood, I cut 45s, and I made a kind of a puzzle that I was going to glue together, and this was going to be the mantle. So I believe I used 0 screws for this, and pretty much everything had 45 degrees, and it looks like one seamless piece of wood. So it actually looks like a huge chunk of wood when we're actually using I think 1x. I believe those were 6x1s. So the reason why this was, I think, the most entertaining part of the project for me is I like building things, and especially do like woodworking. And if we have guests over, they'll look at this thing that you made, they won't see any seams, they won't know that, you know, this is a bunch of pieces of wood to put together to be this one big thing. And I don't know, for me there's some pride in that.